All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman.
And we are going to check out some more of the Beatles, baby. Which one?
I got the Ballad of John and Yoko. And I can only... the Ballad of John and Yoko.
Isn't that a crazy title?
That's hilarious. And, again, she was such a controversial figure with the band, right? Because people absolutely hated her. She's the reason the Beatles broke up.
Her name is in one of their songs.
I know, it's hilarious to me or whatever, right? And I mean, there were tons of reasons the Beatles broke up. Let's just be candid.
Absolutely.
After a while, there's big egos.
They probably just burn out too. 10 years of superstardom.
There's big egos on both sides, right? Lennon seemed to be more he was very politically active as well. Yep. I mean, he moved to New York. That was probably a big thing of it too, because I know the rest of the band kind of stayed in England as well. So there is tons of different reasons why they broke up. But if you ask 99, including people like myself, who I'm learning about the Beatles now, Nick introduced me to them. I had only heard one song before we went down this journey. But all I knew was that, Yoko Ono. I knew that. Isn't that sad?
You knew that term.
Bro, I couldn't even tell you the name of the other. I knew Lennon and I knew McCartney. I couldn't tell you Ringo Starr. I couldn't tell you George Harrison. But everyone knows Yoko Ono. Like, technically, they say she was the fifth or the unofficial member of the band. She's probably the third. She's probably the third most famous Beatle. Let us know.
Why?
Am I being... Okay, ask the average fan.
You're joking around, but you're being serious.
Like, the average person that's not a Beatles fan probably couldn't tell you Ringo Starr or George Harrison.
Point of view, but yes.
But they could tell you, you're Yoko Ono. Like, and all I've ever seen her do in one of the videos is take the little ching, nicka, ching, the little cymbal thing or whatever. I wonder if she does any singing or does anything in this video at all. I'm super curious.
This is always a song title that always that had to piss off the other ones. Like, really, the Ballad of U2?
I'm just
not because he went solo at some point, but this was a Beatles song. But
hilarious.
This is one of those songs that I'm pretty convinced you've heard it before.
Right.
Believe it or not, even from that title.
Right.
We're going to go and check it out. If you like our reaction, don't forget to...
like and subscribe. So you're saying that this is the song that started setting the stage?
Dude, I don't know the history of it,
but planting the seeds.
I can't imagine it didn't go over too well.
It's going to be our first single off the album.
Listen, I know you guys are getting a little testy with having Yoko Ono, but this is my idea for our next song. I mean, and you mentioned about him moving to New York. That would make sense with the quote from the movie Family Man, where it says, if I was... living in Caesar's time, I would live in Rome because that was the center of the universe. Right now, New York is the center of the universe, so I would live in New York. And that was one of his quotes. I botched it, but that was one of his quotes. So it makes sense. He wanted to be in the middle of the universe.
Correct.
Center of the universe. Here we go. Or hit play. Here we go.
Standing in the dockets of Hampton, trying to get to Holland. The man in the Mac said, you've got to go back. You know they didn't even give us a chance. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Finally made the plane into Paris, honeymooning down by the Seine. Peter Brown called to say, you can make it okay. You can get married in Gibraltar near Spain. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me.
Do you recognize this at all?
No.
Really?
No. I recognize that
Paris
voice.
to the Amsterdam Hilton, talking in our beds for a week. The news people said, say what you're doing in bed. I said, we're only trying to get us some peace. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me.
I don't know if that's an actual monk, but doesn't it look like they like meditate or something?
It does look like a monk in the back meditating.
The hair looks a little too long, but I was like, what in the world?
They're gonna crucify me. Saving up your money for a rainy
voice, huh?
That's Rose, my friend.
Dude, that's when you know you got some dough.
You know, here's the thing. Why is it called the Ballad?
I don't know. I mean, the whole video, and I know the song and videos are separate because you're listening to it.
Right.
It was about them.
But it could be any other song, and it didn't necessarily have to be about them. And the way things are going, they're going to crucify me. Like, I don't, like...
Do you think it has something to do with all the... I mean, you saw different things about political stances they were taking about this or that, like
right.
protests.
Right.
What was that whole, like, the reporters are in their bedroom while they're in bed? Like,
right.
Whatever.
So,
like, do you think it has something to do with, like, all these things I'm trying to be an activist for, they're going to kill me
to
for?
my point, exactly. So what does that have to do with Yoko?
Because maybe both of them together did a lot of protesting or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Again, let us know in the comments. We need more context, right?
I don't know.
And he again, you know what? As I'm watching this video, I'm thinking to myself, because she's at one point, he's talking, and she's there. She's got the glasses on. Seems like she has no interest in
She seems so stoic, right?
And not wanting to be there. Imagine being her for a second. And I know she gets a ton of grief and gotten a ton of grief and a ton of hate over the years.
Getting so much hate.
Could you imagine being her and just thinking to yourself like the kind of hate and vitriol she got from fans, and ultimately it's like, look, I don't know, did they actually ever get married or they were just together? I don't know, but I mean that's her.
Know.
For
they had a kid together.
They were together, right? They were a couple. They were together, and it's like, man, what do you guys want? You guys want me to leave so this band could be better? Like, yeah, we got a family together, we got a kid together, we're married,
just
or we're
the
together.
tension. Like, you know how tough that would be.
I actually feel like some empathy for her, because at one point he's talking to me and she just has her head down. She's got the shades on, and she's like so not wanting to be there, not interested. Maybe they were being asked about their political stance or whatever. It looked like he was responding to somebody in a press conference. So it's like, he's the artist, I'm not the artist. Why are you guys attacking me about this? So maybe that could be it. Again, I think to have an opinion about anything, you have to give it context. And since we don't have context, I can't give my opinion one way or another. But dare I say that this is the first time, or the first video, that I kind of felt empathy for her. Like, man, did she deserve all the hate she got?
I like to say that I have empathy for everyone. I don't want, even if I don't like something, I don't want anyone to have any harm to come to them or whatever.
Right.
But I've never really thought about that. But I connect and I sympathize with the other bandmates, not because I've been in a band,
right,
but because I've been in on teams before, or in groups before, work teams, whatever it is, right, where someone else who's not part of that team,
right,
they're there,
right,
and which is, you want to be there, you want to be like a little mascot, whatever.
Right.
But and I don't know this, but if she started chirping in, which I'm assuming she did,
and interjecting,
that's where we're already having an argument, and you who have no claim or stake here, now you're gonna give yours, and you're gonna take your boyfriend or your husband's side. That's what would irk me. And then my other thing would be like, if you don't want to be here, then why are you here? Because your presence is causing more tension.
Right.
We're trying to keep this thing together. And that's the other thing, when you have that clinginess, there's always couples that are super clingy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like, it's okay. We're not going to do anything to your husband or to your wife while you're not there.
Right.
I think all of that just is enraging.
Yeah, you can definitely see that she, of course she's going to be there. She's going to advocate for her husband and want him to get, it's that fifth voice, to your point, right? Where every other band member might have their vote, but because she's there, she necessarily gets a vote when she's not a part of that creative process or a part of the.
And those guys were together,
band.
They were a family for all those years. And you bring and he had Linda as well, so it was maybe he was thinking well, you're bringing your girlfriend over. What's the big deal?
Right.
And I know she was pretty. I don't know the whole story, like you said. I don't know the whole context.
Right. And I mean, again, that's what I got out of it. For me, it's not going to be an additive. It's not something that I'm going to listen to all the time. You know what I mean? It's not like one of those songs where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw it on the car all the time and. Have that on the rotation. It's just not one of those songs. It's not one of the jingly ones where I was very, at the beginning I was like, 2 minutes. That's all we get. The smoke.
This one does grow on you. I will tell you. I hated this song when I was younger.
Okay, it's one of those
something about the twang in his voice.
Yeah,
and the dun, it's very rhythmic. It grows on you after a while.
Okay.
And then at one point you listen do I like this song now?
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was for me.
The
at
way
least.
things and it's scary, kept the way things are going.
Yeah, it's very catchy.
They're gonna crucify
But the
me.
way
and
it's
yeah, I got that.
Like, I don't know.
Okay,
Anyways,
that was terrible singing, by the way. Everybody,
that was amazing, dude. You guys are looking for me to front the new Beatles band. I know it. Listen, my schedule is full. If you like our reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
We know all things.